Sitara Fe. I am so thankful and so happy to have this opportunity to connect with you in this way. We're going to be diving in with some live readings. I have been so thoroughly enjoying these opportunities. The last one that we did was so powerful. I find that it's nice to have some integration in between because even as I am holding space or being the channel for this information to come through, sometimes it is so strong. It is so strong for me as it comes through my own body. So, thank you for your participation. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being willing to be present. And so, what feels right for me right now is to just simply open space. And as I've mentioned, if you are tuning into this at any point in time, know that these messages are for you. So even if I'm not saying your name, that's okay. These messages are for you. So go ahead and give yourself the opportunity to tune in, to go within, to breathe in deeply, to check in with yourself and really set your intention for what it is that you want to get out of this. What do you want to be able to receive in a way that is enlivening to your own heart, that is enlivening to your path of growth, and really gives you the opportunity to just settle into some new energy. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and set the intention and set the prayer, open the container here for all of us. And let's take a couple nice big deep breaths, allowing the mind to soften, allowing the heart to soften, simply allowing all that is and all that is not you to be able to surrender in a clear state of grace, in a clear state of presence. As you take a nice big deep breath and connect your root chakra all the way from your root all the way down to the center of the planet, down to the center of Mama Gaia, and allowing Mother Earth to hold you, to nurture you, to be with you in this moment as you surrender all the energy that is not you, any and all energy that you've picked up from all sorts of different places. And you can go ahead and see that grounding cord even as a vacuum, very gentle vacuum, but allowing it to pull out of your field, out of your energetic body, out of your aura. Again, all that energy that is not yours, giving you more room and more space inside of your own auric field to be more deeply connected with you, the core, the essence of your true being, that internal bit of presence that is acknowledging all that is, surrendering in that deep state of grace and allowing all of you to be filled up with you in this present moment. So let's go ahead and also create a nice golden sun. Just visualize a golden sun radiating above the crown of your head. And as you see that golden sun radiating above the crown of your head, go ahead and allow that golden sun to work as a magnet, pulling in and collecting all energy that is yours, that you have left around, maybe through conversations or at any other point in time where you are ready to just simply call your energy back for you. So go ahead and allow that energy, that golden sun illumination to work as a magnet, calling back all of your energy right there into that nice big giant golden sun. If you're finding any pockets of resistance or any of these things that are not working for you, any things where you're recognizing that could be linked to your own self-sabotage, could be linked to something that's going on in your life that isn't actually bringing you forward into your greatest alignment, the part or the path that is most easily determined by your own free will and by your own clear intention and auric field. Beautiful. So when you're ready, go ahead and make that golden sun about 7 times bigger than what you're seeing it as right now. Go ahead and open it all the way. Open, 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 open. Expand your awareness, expand your consciousness of that golden illuminated sun. And when you're ready, remember that this is all of your own energy. Go ahead and bring that golden illuminated sun in through the top of the crown of the head and down through the energy body. And as this golden sun, this beautiful, warm, golden nectar of your highest vibration pours into your body and you feel more connected with yourself, go ahead and also allow all of that golden love to eliminate negative thought patterns or self-sabotaging behaviors down through your root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet. Just giving yourself a nice and gentle clean out. Breathing easy, surrendering your own free will. Not surrendering your own free will, but using your own free will to surrender. There we go. Again, allowing your higher self to be your own healer, allowing your higher self to be your own guru. Beautiful. Surrendering, surrendering, letting go. All right, so for those of you that are here with me live, please go ahead and send in some comments. Let me know who you are, where you're tuning in from, and if you're open for a reading, and we will just dive into some new and powerful, some potent energy here that's going to give all of us the opportunity to heal with each other, recognizing that everybody that is here is a mirrored reflection for everyone else that is here participating. So, yes, Anissa, you are open for a reading. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and dive in. So take a couple nice big deep breaths. All right, Anissa, I see your energy. Hi, Kat. Welcome, love. Anissa, I see your energy rating at it's like a tangerine orange. It's a little bit of a muted orange. And our aura colors, they change all the time. So if I say that your color is orange now, that doesn't mean it is for all the time. Beautiful. And those of you that are popping in for a reading, please continue to stay, continue to tune in, because I'll ask again for those who are ready. Hi, Chad. Welcome. Okay, beautiful. So Anissa, I see that muted orange energy, but what I'm seeing is it's interesting because it's like, how am I going to describe this? It kind of looks like there's a piece of your field, there's a piece of your energy that I see that you are avoiding. Oh, good. We have Israel here. Amazing. There's a piece that you are avoiding, and it's like if you're standing here at the point of my fingers and you're aware of all of this that's going on, but there's a slice right here that I'm seeing you're kind of dancing around, not really willing to see it. One of my favorite prayers, and it's a favorite prayer that comes with a heavy dose of courage, but one of my favorite prayers is, please show me what it is that I am refusing to see. Please help me acknowledge that within myself that I am unwilling to acknowledge. Please show me what I am avoiding. Please show me what I am refusing. Because what we are refusing and what we are avoiding is oftentimes what's actually running the show. It's actually what is making the decisions for us. It's what's running it's what's running a script in the subconscious that is actually illuminating more energy, and it's actually attracting what we need to be able to see it. So instead of avoiding it or trying to focus on these other things, oftentimes when I notice I'm getting like snagged, or something isn't quite running so smoothly, or you can feel that kind of dissonance inside. It's like there's something that you can't quite put your finger on, but you know that it's there, and you know that you're present to something. And that's what we want to say. Okay, please show me what I am refusing to see. Please illuminate for me my blind spot. Please bring that to the forefront of my awareness. Beautiful. So as we're talking about that, I am seeing that there's an energy there that has a consciousness that is manipulative, is coming to mind, that is a bit of a trickster. What I'm seeing is that there's awareness within you that you know that you have some of these traits that can not always act in the best service for those around you. And I am seeing sometimes that you know when these things are happening. I think a very easy example of this is gossiping. Um, so many of us gossip. It's part of our like training for me as Americans. There's a lot of that. I'm sure in some other areas of the world too. And gossiping goes beyond sharing your own personal experience. If you're sharing your own personal experience with a friend, that's different. You're having conversation. You're sharing something that you experience. When we start talking about other people, that's when you know there's like an energy in the air where you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, or maybe I shouldn't be doing this. You know when it's present. And so it's really acknowledging that energy that's present instead of overriding it, giving yourself the opportunity to stop and reevaluate the choices that are either being made or the choices that are about to be made. This is going to smooth out a lot of confrontation. This is going to smooth out a lot of drama. And this is going to actually streamline your energy and your focus to be able to be in a more clear and present state, a more clear and present state of being. We are so programmed to be addicted to drama. We are so, and by means of all the shows that are out there, soap operas, like dramas, well, he did this or she did that, or blah, blah, blah. Like, we love getting caught up in stories, and a lot of it is media programming. And so when we're ascending, and when we are maturing, and when we are becoming more present with the energy that we are expending, we're allowed to see ourselves in a different light that honors our highest grace. So it's asking for your mature self to be the one that is acting or choosing or behaving. I had a client reading recently where we went in depth and we were talking about the boyish tendencies and then the very strong, powerful entrepreneur that it was budding from the inside. It's like there was this essence of a really powerful, centered, clear man that was wanting to come through, yet some of these boyish tendencies and the excitement to drama and the excitement to other things was in some cases running the show and acting out to it's almost like getting a hit. It's like you're getting a hit of the drama, you're getting a hit of the oxytocin, you're getting a hit of the dopamine, you're getting a hit of these things. So we become addicted to these patterns that basically is a chemical composition, a chemical release inside of our own body. And so to pull ourselves away from drama, to pull ourselves away from these sorts of circumstances, often starts to feel like, well, like very calm. And if life is very calm and very peaceful when we've been used to a lot of chaos and turmoil or strife and tribulations, I know I grew up in just with consistent conflict. Um, yeah, with consistent conflict going on in some of my family homes, right? And so that consistent conflict, it's also something that we get used to. If it's not there, it's like, what's going on? But as we are ascending, as we are maturing, as we are developing a more keen sense of awareness for self and others and how we're choosing to interact, those parts of us will start to settle down. Those parts of us will start to recognize that, okay, well, what you could spend your energy on putting fires out, you could actually spend your energy on writing a book or developing a new skill or something that is aligned with your soul purpose and your soul intention. So giving yourself the opportunity to really just feel into that and settle, allowing yourself to Be with and be still with that which you are refusing to see. And the reason that I say that this comes with a bit of courage is because when we ask to be shown that which we are refusing to see within ourselves, it can be very confronting. It can be like we're seeing something that we have refused inside of ourselves. We're seeing something that we have suppressed inside of ourselves. We're seeing something that on some level we have judged as unlovable, as unworthy of presence, of unworthy of acknowledgement, of as unworthy of participation and open-hearted and open-centered love, presence, acceptance. And so those parts that we bring to the forefront where we go, okay, I am willing to see this part of me. I am willing to love this part of me. I am willing to acknowledge the patterns in which they were formed, in which I started to develop these behavior traits. When you are willing and when you open yourself up in that way, you actually start to receive the healing of your higher self and the value of your powerful attention and self-acceptance. That is, it's the energy that will just dissolve all sticky points. All sticky points. So let's go ahead and bring in some light codes that will acknowledge and allow energy to move through very calmly and very clearly. Ia sanaya uapuata ikia anaki ia wahaaka sutana ia wahaaka niki atanaki iaka onakai ua satana ia wahaaka puania ia niaya iani ia wapukua haatani ia wa asanai ikaya wa uapu anahi ia wa soso anaya asasanaya isasanaya uapua haaka anakaya asasonaya haakapu ukunikia iaianai ia uapuaka anatatatake I anaki ia haasasana iawa ipua anakia haasianakia a. Beautiful. So taking a couple of nice, big, deep breaths. Allowing the internal illumination of the center of your own heart to start shining bright. To start shining bright, allowing that internal space of your heart, that home frequency, to really expand, to really be in presence, to open up to your true nature, to develop a keen sense of awareness, to allow all parts of you to exist in harmony with each other. All right, beautiful. So I'd love to move on to another reading. And Anise, I would love to encourage you to stay on because I actually feel that the next person that I'm going to read is also going to have some very valuable insights that are going to help bring this home even a little bit more. So beautiful. And please do tell me if that lands. Please feel free to share any reflections. And for anyone that is ready and open. All right, Gemma from Barbados. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've never been to Barbados. Let's tune into that energy, see what comes up. Sasanai, sasanai, sasanai anakai. Okay, beautiful. So, Gemma, there's a lot of anxiousness in your field. It doesn't look like it's yours. I see where it's like inside of your own center, there's a calm, there's a steadiness, there's a wisdom that you are aware of and that you are connected to. The anxiousness is like, I'm seeing it coming up as like pins and needles. Some of it looks like the weight of the world, the circumstances of the unknown. There's also, it looks like there's a male energy around you or in your field that runs on a lot of anxiousness, it runs on a lot of nervousness. And it's like, although I see where there's a potential or a desire to try to hide that, the energy, it's like Energy never lies. Energy is louder than words. Feelings and sensations are louder than words. Actions are louder than words. People can say whatever they think they are supposed to say, but ultimately the energetic frequency, the energetic tone that's going on underneath is there's a very strong undercurrent of that which is unsettling. The nervousness I'm seeing, again, like weight of the world, the nervousness, the anxiousness. Let's go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths. Go ahead and place your hand like this on both parts of your collarbone. I'm sorry I keep doing weird things with my eyes. I feel like I have something in it. um, but go ahead and place your palm just right here on your chest. And this will calm your vagus nervous system. It's like this immediately is a way to self-soothe. So as you self-soothe and you give yourself permission to start letting go of this energy that's around in your field, and I'm getting a lot of pressure in my head as we're talking about it. So it's letting it go, creating that grounding cord from your root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet. Breathing in deeply, surrendering in presence, acknowledging the power in love. Sadnakai, tutukua. All right, what I'm showing is that it's important for you to take the lead with this. It's important for you to suggest activities that are nerve calming, such as meditating or maybe going for a calm walk in nature with this person. I'm seeing that it's important for you to take the lead. To not just calm your own nervous system, but to also calm the nervous system of those around you. I'm seeing that you are more sensitive than you give yourself credit for. Maybe you've tried to turn off your empathic abilities, or you try to just simply pretend that they don't exist, but that doesn't work. It doesn't make them go away. I've tried many times. It's time for us to rise. It's time for us as empaths, and it's time for us as light workers to, instead of just going with the flow, because we tend to be people pleasers, because we feel the way that we make other people feel. And so in this, okay, beautiful. It's absolutely resonating with you. Love that feedback. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I'm shooting in the dark, but I've been doing this so long that I'm okay with shooting in the dark. Okay, beautiful. And Anissa also saying you resonate, clearing the vagus nerve before jumped on. Yes, beautiful. Okay, so this is for all of us. This message that's coming through now is for all of us. It's our turn to lead. That's as simple. That's the most simple thing I can say, is it's our turn to lead. We've been following, we've been people pleasing, we've been going along with the flow, we've been observing, we've been absorbing. It's our turn to lead. It's our turn to say, I'm choosing to call, like, I'm telling you, an empath, a psychic, a medium, whatever label you want to choose or disown, doesn't matter. The bottom line is everyone that's here is sensitive. Everyone that's here is aware of energy. Everyone that's here is curious about energy. Everyone that's here is ready to step into a new awareness, a new presence of your own being. So whether you are refusing your own gifts because they have scared you in the past, or you are refusing your own darkness because it has scared you in the past, it's time for us to accept all parts of ourselves. When your nervous system is calm, it happens like that. It happens so easily. It happens naturally because it is your natural state of being. When our nervous system is rattled and all over the place, and we are not feeling calm, and we are not feeling centered, and we are not feeling steady, and we're feeling like there's like today I'm feeling like there's weird energy in the air. It happens sometimes, right? We're going through a major great awakening. There is some significant shenanigans going on in this world. We have to learn how to be clear and present and steady and responsible for our energy every single day. Every single day. this will influence the people that are around you, because a light worker comes with a very specific and a very unique frequency. It is a frequency that oftentimes makes other people uncomfortable when you are calm and steady, because it illuminates places within them where they are not grounded and they are not centered and they are not present with their own emotions. And so when we are calm, when we are centered, when we are grounded, when we are just like very steady in our own emotions, it's one of those things that actually has an extremely effective ripple effect. It's also one of those things that some people that are really off their center want to attack, because they don't like centeredness, they don't like light, they don't like calm. There are a lot of entities on this planet that have plugged into humans that feed off of chaos, that feed off of fear, that feed off of drama. And we say, I can't go for that. Oh no. No can do. No, I can't go for that. Oh no. No can do. We get to set the tone for our energy. When somebody is activating us, or when somebody has the intention to activate us and pull us out of our center, you have every right to say no. You have every right to stay in your center. You have every right to create barriers or boundaries around your own aura, so that you are not receiving that frequency, so that you are not receiving that intention, and that you are able to stay calm and grounded. This takes courage, this takes practice, this takes a steadiness of heart. This is what I mean by it's our turn to lead. It's our turn to start showing up more clearly for ourselves. It's our turn to show up more clearly for those around us. It's our turn to show up more clearly for those that we are connected with in such a powerful way that the ripple effect is tangible by the energetic resonance of the connection. So what do I mean by that? I mean that when we are connected, when we have a bond with another human being, when we are connected with another human being, there's there's energy that's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth through a cord. These energetic cords are created, sometimes subconsciously, sometimes consciously. But we can release those cords when they're no longer serving us. But let's say, like, I had an ex-boyfriend and we had a very, very strong telepathic communication. There would be times where I would be home and I would think, oh, we need salad for dinner, but I wouldn't message him, and he would be at the grocery store and he would have picked up salad because he knew that that was something that needed to be picked up. These cords are useful. They're very useful, and in some cases they're necessary. If you're working in a high stress job or something with other people that you need to be able to communicate with telepathically, so that you have an open and clear communication. Let's say you're sitting in a boardroom or something and you have a dialogue, an internal dialogue going back and forth between you, so that you don't necessarily need to know or speak in front of other people. These are very, very beneficial. They are very, very real. And so in some cases, when that line of connection, when you're getting feedback from somebody else's worry, you're getting feedback from somebody else's anxiety, when you're getting feedback and you're absorbing it because you're a natural healer, and you're absorbing it because it actually feels better and safer for you to absorb it because you know how to transmute it naturally, because it's part of your superpower, than for to just be with them in their energy. It actually enables the healing agreement that puts more weight on you and takes the responsibility off of them to be self-reliant and self-responsible for their own emotions and their own currents. So we want to be aware of this. We want to be attuned to that which is not serving not only us but them. So when you become aware and when you become a conscious empath, and conscious simply means, the difference between conscious and unconscious is that when you are conscious to something, you know that you're doing it. When you're unconscious to something, you don't know that you are doing it. And so you want to become very clear and very attuned with the energy that you are grounding in your own center. And your own center is right here in your heart. A lot of us don't like to be in our heart because there's so much pain there from things that we have experienced in our life, that we just have a storage unit of pain, and we prefer to not be in our heart. But when you are in your heart, you are centered, you are untouchable, you are unwavering, you are grounded, you are present, you are clear, you are illuminated in light, you are present with what is moving forward with you in your world, in your life. There's a lot of really, really, really powerful and beautiful things that come when you are anchored and centered and clear in the center of your own heart space. Beautiful. So let's get on to another reading. Who else is here and who else would like to have the spotlight shown? Who wants to be in the hot seat? Go ahead and let me know if you're here watching and tuning in. Let's go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths. Lean into that self-responsibility that is here for us to be able to see clearly for ourselves. Beautiful. And we'll just go ahead and take a moment of silent pause to feel into the space, feel into the illumination of the container that's here. Even though we are a long distance, that we are not in the same physical location, you can feel the energy that's here. Hi, Roseanne. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Yes, let's tune in. So just simply for a moment, feeling into the spaciousness of the energy that's here, that is holding you, that is holding me, that is giving you permission to release and let go, to unravel any anxiousness in the nervous system. Simply breathing, releasing, allowing. Feeling yourself being nurtured in the bassinet of this presence, this energy that is reminding you of your home note, your home frequency. Beautiful. Okay, Roseanne. Hi, love. Roseanne, if you're just getting here, I highly recommend tuning into the beginning of this reading. There's a lot of information that I think is going to be very beneficial to what I'm seeing in your aura. There's a lot of frantic energy moving out through like the center of heart space and up through the crown. It looks like a firework of energy, but again, I see that you're processing a lot of energy that isn't yours. It is massive. It is chaotic. It is sporadic. I'm seeing that there's an attempt to manage inconsistent feedback. There's an attempt to manage that which is not yours, but it's sporadic, and I'm seeing that it's actually, it's like it's fraying your nervous system. The ends of nervous system are getting pretty frayed. One thing that I'm really going to suggest is to be drinking celery juice first thing in the morning. Celery juice has I don't remember the word. I was going to say hydrochloric. I don't think that's it. Um, it has a specific type of salt in it, and this is why the celery juice is such a thing. But it has a particular kind of salt in it that actually goes in and kills parasites. So one of the things that I'm seeing in your system is that it's like there's a consciousness of these little bugs that are eating at the nervous system. I've had this experience before, which is why I think I can see it clearly. The celery juice is going to actually move through your system and pull these little bugs out. It's going to pull all of these little things that are actually. So this is what happens. I don't know if you've read or tuned in with Anthony William or any of his work as a medical medium. I did because I have been not diagnosed with Hashimoto's, but have thyroid issues in my family, which is why I also think that I'm here to speak. A lot of stuff, a lot of energy for me in learning about the throat. Um, so through that, he describes a lot of the autoimmune disorders as the Epstein-Barr virus, EBV. The Epstein-Barr virus is also mono. It is known as the kissing disease. It is wildly easily transmitted from one person to the other. It's estimated that 80 to 90% of U.S. citizens have EBV. It shows up very specifically after an experience of major stress. So for some women, it's like childbirth. For me, I had a lot of this. For me, when it got the worst, I've had two really bad episodes with it. One was when I was getting out of a really challenging relationship. I moved back to Reno, and then I got into a car accident. Recovering from that circumstance, my body was okay. I broke my nose and some other things, but my nervous system was horribly distraught, absolutely horribly distraught. And so I didn't know about any of this at the time. I did work with a naturopath that helped me bring my energy system, or my internal system, back, and that was very helpful. Fast forward several years until I moved away from LA and moved here to Bali. Very similar thing happened where my nervous system was just absolutely shredded, absolutely shredded. And I can't serve in this way if my nervous system is shredded. My abilities work through my nervous system. My nervous system is my guidance. That's what's hypersensitive about me. That's what allows the information to come through. It's what allows me to read energy. Is my nervous system is receiving the energy that's being transmitted. And so when that comes through, or when my nervous system is shot, I have like no foresight. I have no line of sight. I kind of fumble around a little bit. My abilities don't work as well, or they're not as clear. And so that's when I started tuning into, because I was asking for guidance. Show me the information I need to know. Please show me how I can heal this naturally. Please show me what it is that's going on. Please show me what I'm refusing to see. And I was led to the thyroid book by the medical medium. I'm bringing that up because it looks very relevant in your field right now. I don't necessarily see it manifesting in the same way for me as it did with my thyroid. Um, okay, yeah, energy and nerves have been shredded for the last few months. Okay, yes. Ditch coffee, ditch caffeine. That's often a very hard one to do, but ditch coffee and ditch caffeine. Those two are going to be draining your adrenals and they're going to throw off your entire hormonal system. So we really want to get back to homeostasis, alkaline body system. Um, I don't. For me, what has worked is I don't eat dairy, I don't eat gluten, I don't eat sugar, I don't eat soy, and I don't eat vegetable oil. The celery juice in the morning on an empty stomach, maybe after some lemon water. Okay, ditch eggs too. um, Bringing all of your awareness, all of your connection into the center of your own, what does your body need? Um, One thing that I really like to do, I'm currently on an Ayurvedic cleanse, so I've got an herbal tea here. But what I like to do is I like to place something, if I'm questioning it, if my body wants it or not. I put it in the center of my heart, and my body will tell me. It will lean forward if I want it, and it will lean back if I don't want it, or if my body doesn't want it. It's a very, very clear indicator. The more that I use that, the more clear it actually is. Like, I'll have someone even put something in front of me, and my body will just lean back because it's like, nope, not that. Do not put that in this vessel. It will lean forward if it is a yes. Sometimes I'm surprised by what it is, but I find that that is the easiest way for me to navigate through what does my body want and what does my body not want. What is helpful to my body, what is not helpful to my body. Um, so resting the nervous system. I keep seeing from for all three readings, I keep seeing that singing bowls, whether they're metal Tibetan singing bowls or if they're crystal bowls, I see those being very, very beneficial. Hi, Lacey. Yes, you did catch me live. Welcome. So I see the singing bowls being very beneficial, or tuning forks, sound therapy, sound releasing, sound like calming, calming music. All of that is going to be really, really helpful. But first things first, we want to calm the nervous system. We got to focus on the vagus nerve. And calming that. So again, this is a self-soothing, placing your hand on your throat, collarbone, high heart. Simply breathe. Listening to light language, like listening. I have the weekly light code boosts. And tell me if this would be beneficial to you guys. If I made little short light code bursts, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes long on YouTube, that you can just come in and maybe listen to a few times over. But what I would like for your support in is giving me themes. What are some themes that you would like? Obviously, I can do a series on the nervous system, and get those going and generating. But let me know if that would be something that you would find helpful, to helping you move through stuff. Yeah, I'm getting a clear yes. Okay. I will do that. But yeah, nervous system, celery juice. I'm also hearing for you, Roseanne, chamomile tea, even like the afternoon. Um, yeah, beautiful. Okay, JH, definitely seek out the medical medium. Yes, please do. Definitely listen to the beginning of this chat since I logged on. Yes, Roseanne, the beginning of this call I think is going to be very, very helpful. Okay, beautiful. Alyssa, Danielle, hello, my loves. Both at 9:44. I'm having a love affair with the number 44 lately. It is a beautiful thing. I'm really excited about it. 44 represents, or from what I have read, balance in career and love coming together and coming up at the same time. We say yes to that. Goodness. Okay, Matthew, perfect timing. Matthew Thomason, let's do a reading. Hi, love. Have you ever had a psychic reading before? It was important to ask you that. All right. Roseanne, thank you for showing up, my sweet love. It's so good to see you here. I love connecting with you. All right. Okay. Matthew, I am seeing you. The image came up immediately of the statue of the man that's like, you know, holding something like this. Like weight of the world. I see you carrying this big, giant, massive boulder. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. You don't need to be carrying it. Set it down. Let it, yeah, just put it down. It's not yours. It's not your burden to bear. Um, it does look like it's coming through family line. Does look like there's mother energy associated with it. It's not your burden to bear. You do not have to carry the weight of other people's. It's keeping you from being able to see your life fully and clearly. It is not giving you the spaciousness that you need to be able to honor yourself in a very pure and clean way. What I mean by that is when you're carrying somebody else's bags, you're enabling them to not face their own stuff, you're enabling them to not do their own work, and it is actually keeping you from doing yours as well. So it's keeping you both in a cycle of, I'm saying both because it looks like it's one person, but I'm seeing a lot of female energy. Like, it's not, it might not just be mom, but I also see that you like carry the baggage and carry the emotional brunt of stuff for females around you, and some of that comes from a deep, deep, deep wound. Um, so get ready because I think we're going to touch on something that is very tender, and I want you to know that this is coming from a massive, massive, massive place of deep, loving intention to set you free, to give you permission to set yourself free. And I've seen this a few times because I actually have some male friends here with I am a medium also, yes. But I've seen a few things here with male friends that it's almost like in some cases there's a desperation to be loved. There's a desperation. Okay, Matthew, completely on point. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's go. We're going to start unraveling this right now. It's like there's a desperation to love and to be loved. And so the exchange, there's a subconscious belief that, well, in order for me to be loved and in order for me to receive their love, I need to have, or I need to take on their burdens, because if I take on their burdens, then they will want me around and they will want me to be present with them. And so I will experience their love. What it's doing is it's keeping you away from your own love. It's keeping you out of connection of your own love. It's keeping you out of connection to your own center, your own connection to source, your own connection to the idea of how powerful you truly are in the centeredness of your own being. Giving yourself just a little bit more value to love yourself more freely and more clearly. That self-love, there's a real interesting dynamic going on here with like masculine and feminine energy, and certain beliefs that aren't true, but I see that there's certain beliefs that have been adopted through childhood that are reinforcing this dynamic or this problem that's going on. You have the power to clear it out. I love that you have. Um, I love that you have an eagle as your little picture that you see there, because I keep seeing that energy very clearly. There's a really strong power to what you have in connection to that as a spirit animal. There's a very strong and clear divine masculine within you that I'm seeing, but there is an imbalance with your own feminine nature. And part of the reason is this, and this is where things get a little bit crazy and twisted, is when men are around women that are erratic and do not have control of their own emotions, and they act immaturely, or they think that they're like entitled to be out of control with their emotions, they're entitled to yell, or they're entitled to like just be erratic and unpredictable. um, it creates this idea in men that 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 is natural to the feminine nature, especially if this is a primary caregiver in childhood or early adolescence, and especially if this is like a close female connection, which to date someone like that or to get into a relationship with someone like that is oftentimes a mirror of our relationship with our primary caregivers. So what I'm seeing is that there's been a really deep programming for you around the feminine energy in and of itself. I recommend for you, like 10 out of 10 recommend, like absolutely, if you do nothing else in your life. I mean, you're going to do a lot of other things in your life. I'm being a little dramatic. Um, but I recommend reading the Sophia Code. The Sophia Code is it's a channeled teaching by a woman named Kaya Ra, and she had a lot of really extreme trauma in her early childhood years that cracks her open to her mediumship abilities, because she was in and out of her body so often that you start to recognize that that veil is very, very thin, that our bodies are really paper thin, um, in connection to the multiple dimensions that we are connected with at all times anyway. Her channel, it took her 7 years to channel this book. It is so profound, it is so powerful, and it's a reclaiming and a reignition of the divine feminine. And it's a divine feminine Christed light. It's a divine feminine Christed illumination that brings a lot of really valuable information and rebalancing to the feminine energy on this planet, the divine feminine energy in particular. So for you to read that book, it's going to actually reteach you and reprogram the association with females. I would say that it would reframe and absolutely change your romantic dynamics. The dynamics that you have romantically with women will change and up level, like significantly up level, when you reframe the patterns of belief around the female nature. For instance, I'll share an example. Um, my mother is psychic. My brothers and sisters are psychic too. We have a very strong psychic connection in our family. Oh, I could talk about that a lot. All of a sudden, I have like four other stories coming up. Um, so, when I was younger, I had a very challenging relationship with my mother, and I associated the psychic energy with that of being crazy, or that of being erratic, or that of like not being consistent and or predictable or reliable. So I had all of these projections around it because of how I was seeing those associations playing out. So much so that I denied my own psychic abilities. I wanted nothing to do with them. I was like, I want these to go away. I want them to be washed out. How do I get rid of them? I want nothing to do with them, because if that means that these are XYZ, I want nothing to do with them. Turns out you can't wash them out. Turns out they only actually get stronger. And so for me, I had to eventually turn and face it within myself. I had to face those projections. I had to face the judgments. I had to face the idea that these things defined me by how I saw them presented in one person. It's not true. It wasn't true. So I learned to love them. And here we are, 10 years later, almost 11, 12 years later, after really learning how to get a grip on them. Beautiful Lacey, I see your comment here. I do want to talk about that. Let's bring in some light codes, though, to rebalance the divine masculine and feminine energy in this for all of us that are here tuning in and listening. And then Lacey, stay tuned because I do want to talk with you. All right. Yanakai sasanai iatokupua anakiawa uakoanakai. A prayer in here for accepting all parts of ourselves, even those parts that we have suppressed and denied. Sasanai, sasani kaya haakanakai, anakai, susunakai, uapukua haanakai, sisanakaya tanakai. Matthew, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. Please do tell your friends. Everyone, please tell your friends. Really, really focusing on growing this channel so that I can continue to serve in a really powerful and beautiful way to many more people. All of your support, all of your kind words really, 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 really helps. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Staniya wa ua tanakai, sisianiya aka anakai, iata anikia wa sasanaya huukua puanai, hiikia wa pu susunikia haanakai, sayanaya tanakai, iotonakai, iowapuanakia wa uapuanakaya. Yeah, restoring respect to the divine feminine, the nature of what she is. Meeting the divine masculine in balance, in beauty. Beautiful. All right, Lacey, my friend. Hi. Thank you for being so present. Thank you for sharing so many comments on this page. I really appreciate it. All right, so you have a blackout period in your life. I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at that timeline. What I'm asking is, is it necessary to go digging into that time period? No. The memories will come up as they are meant to. I am picking up quite a bit of trauma. I know that I read that in one of your comments, but I am picking up the energy of quite a bit of trauma. So what happens in trauma is we become fragmented. Best book on this, I have a meditation on here called Shifting Memories from the Past. I might have two. This is by far, I'd say, one of my favorite transmissions, one of my favorite meditations. We go into experiences of trauma, memories of trauma that have really activated a deep fragmentation within us. And so when we go back into these memories and we learn to reframe, and like I said, I have one here. It's one of my first videos. It's called Shifting Memories from the Past. I'm like totally amateur at making videos, but I know what I'm doing with the meditation. That one is going to serve you really, really well. The recent recording that I also just did that I titled Caution, the most powerful transmission, live transmission to date. Go back and listen to that one at least 4 or 5 more times. That one's going to help pull pieces of you back together. So what happens in this fragmentation is that when we have an experience of trauma, and I've had to do these meditations, I can't even tell you, countless times. One, the trauma fragments us in a way where there's a part of us that goes into survival, and so there's a part of us that actually gets stuck in that moment of time. There's a part of our consciousness, there's a part of our awareness that gets stuck. And it keeps like looping there subconsciously until we go back and retrieve it when we have the emotional capacity to face. So sometimes things happen to us, for us, to us, in our life that we don't have the emotional capacity to understand or comprehend what happened. So we're not able to actually go into, yes, it's okay. They can be gone for a reason, but this is going to be very helpful. What I'm about to share is going to be very helpful. And I'll share it from a personal experience. When I was 14, I was raped. I talked about this in some of my other videos. That was how I lost my virginity. It was an experience that I believe shouldn't have happened, but it did. There was a lot of, blaming myself for that. But when it came to me healing, I had to go back into that memory many times. And I've gone back into that memory to be with myself, to be with my 14-year-old self, to say the things that I needed to say to that man just to get it out of my system. There was a lot of parts where the memories were me watching what was going on to my body. I wasn't actually in my body. But what happens is that the body stores those memories too. So we have to reintegrate these parts of ourselves. But here's the thing is that I wasn't able to start doing that until I was like 28, 27 and 28. This happened when I was 14. And the reason I believe that is the case is because when I was 14, I did not have the emotional capacity. I did not have the maturity that I needed to understand or comprehend what happened. I didn't understand how influential that was going to be on my behavior and my choices for years to come. I was aware that there was something that shouldn't have happened that did, and I was aware that um, I didn't tell anybody about it. So I knew there was a part of me that knew that something was wrong, that something shouldn't have happened, but I didn't tell anybody about it, and I didn't even acknowledge it for myself until I was 26 because I didn't have the emotional capacity. It was actually a memory that was, I was aware of it, but it was very deeply repressed. And so when we have these blackout periods of things in our life that we don't remember, there's a couple things that happen. One, it's our egoic consciousness that is protecting us from seeing something that could be damaging to the egoic identity. Here's the other thing that I do genuinely believe, and this is a part that is sometimes a hard pill to swallow, but it is ultimately what has, for me, absolutely liberated me from some of these stories and like, why did that have to happen? Why did I have that experience? Why did these things like take place? Um, like consistent trauma, consistent abuse, consistent, like these things that break you down, and they break you down in such a way that you question yourself, you question who you are, you doubt everything about you. You doubt your worth, you doubt your validity, you doubt like your presence in this world, your presence in this place. I've had to climb myself out of some of the deepest holes. And it's why I feel that I'm here and ready to help other people climb out of their holes because of the circumstances that I had been through. Now, I believe that I chose that. I believe that I, as a spirit, as an energetic being, knew what I was signing up for in this world, on this plane, in this existence. I believe that the experiences that I had with sexual assault, in the ways that I had them, were enough to ignite such a fire inside of me to know that I have a very unique power. This is a power when women have been through that experience, and they've been through that experience multiple times, and they have been able to climb out and piece themselves back together. There is a wholeness and a power that comes from that reintegration that does not exist have those experiences not happened. So when you have these horribly horrific, traumatizing experiences and things that happen in your life, yes, it is 100% your responsibility to walk the path of healing that puts all these pieces back together. It is 100% your responsibility. Nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody is going to come and save you. It is fully up to you to reclaim and reintegrate all of these pieces and all of these parts so that you know that you are here in a state of this world, a state of this presence, where you are clear, you are connected, and you are ready to be able to take on all of the things that matter for you. I believe this is the energy that brings you into your soul calling, that brings such a value of fulfillment to this world and in this life, that it is unwavering and that you are unshakable. A lot of people that have experienced trauma, especially abuse, physical or sexual and even emotional, but a lot of people that have experienced abuse do not think that they are worth anything. They do not think that they have value in this world because it is what they were told, it is what they were taught, and they were overpowered. Consistently overpowered. When you learn to claim your energy back and when you learn to claim your power back, has nothing to do with anybody else other than you recognizing that it is up to you to do that and reclaim it for you. This is the reason I do this work. This is the reason I'm here with you, spending my time doing this with you. because I had to have people show up in my life that knew the way out of the darkness that I was killing myself in. I am no stranger to pain. I'm no stranger to trauma. I'm no stranger to abuse. No stranger to fighting. I just choose not to anymore. I choose to identify those patterns. I choose to say no. I love that you have chills. Thank you for sharing that. But I choose to say no. I choose different relationships. I choose to identify patterns when they first show up. I choose to turn around. I choose to walk away. I choose to just be different. I choose to calm my nervous system. I choose to eat fruits and vegetables that are healthy for my body. I choose to drink lovely water. I choose to do so many things for myself in ways that other people haven't shown up for me in the past. But the more I show up for myself, the more I take care of myself, the more I nurture myself, the more I really value myself and my well-being and my mental health, my emotional health, the more I make that a priority, the better and easier my life gets. But I can assure you that the healing path is not for the faint of heart. It takes courage to go into these corners. It takes bravery to face the things and to acknowledge that on some level, probably the most powerful level that brought you into this world anyway, that on some level, the power of your own wisdom chose these life experiences for you. And they chose these life experiences for you because they knew that you would make it. They knew that you would ascend. They knew that you would really start to pick up your awareness, that your trajectory would start to pick up at a certain age. And you start saying yes to your well-being, and you start saying yes to your clarity. And I know it is not easy to get under that victim block. I know it is not easy to get out of that victim block. I was a blackout artist, as I like to say. I started blacking out when I was 14. After that event happened, I was blacking out regularly at 14. I developed a very, very, very high functioning form of alcoholism. Okay, Lacey, don't worry about listening to visual meditations right now. Go ahead and just listen to light language meditations. Just continue listening to light language. Have it playing as often as you can. Keep smoothing the energy in your field. Yanat sasanaya. Yanaka su uatanai. Aya ana iya sa anakayawa. Oapua ha'anayawa. Isa sanai iya tanake. Yanakayawa ua ha'akanaka su unuku uyasa. Ia hianaya hia anayawa. Ia hianaya ha'ayanayawa. Ia hia anaya ha'ayanayawa. Ia ha'anaya hianiyawa hu'ua ha'anakai. Sasanaya ha'aya ania ha'ia wa uapua ha'aka. Sasanaya wa ua hua kana ia katake. Aya ha'ana hi'ia ha'a sasanaya ha'ua pua. Yawa hua pua yanaya ya yawana ya nakia. Ia hua pua sanakai. Sitatakai ia wa pua hua naki. Ia tataki ia natataki ia wa hua pua panakai. Breathe in and allow your heart to open. Lacey, my love, healing is going to be challenging. It just is. Ironically, healing hurts. There's a lot of pain on the healing path. And the reason there's a lot of pain on the healing path is because it is absolutely required for you to feel the things that you have not been able to feel fully through all experiences in your life, even when you didn't have the emotional capacity to do so. When you open yourself up to feeling and when you open yourself up to healing, it really, really transforms so much of your world and so much of your life that there's a beauty of character that is developed through that resolve. When you keep saying yes to your own heart and you keep saying yes to your own well-being, you will continue to open in very powerful and very beautiful ways that are not only going to be beneficial to you, but to also to those around you. So let's take a couple of moments to just be in a space where we are acknowledging the pain that we have gone through, maybe the pain that we have witnessed. But pain is something that people don't want to look at, and it's something that people don't want to talk about. When you start leaning into your pain and you start giving yourself, that full permission to just be with it, it dissolves. It absolutely dissolves. It goes away. You never have to feel it again. You never have to feel it again. When you feel it fully and you feel it in the name of healing, these things release. They go away. Yo ayanaya yanai. Yo ayanaya yanayai. Yanaya wa uapuanakai. Sise anakai uapuanahi iawa. Yanaya ayaka anaka susunayawa. Uapua ha'ana tatatake. Yanaya iawa uapupupunakai. Sisi anaya haya anaka yawa. Breathe deep from your root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet. Letting yourself again just simply breathe easy. And go ahead and make a promise to yourself. And make it an easy promise. Maybe it's simply a promise that I'm going to be here with you. I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to be your strongest ally. I'm going to be your protector. I'm going to be your greatest love. Whatever feels right and resonates to you. Allowing yourself to be truly felt deeply. Yawa anai, yawa anai ikayawa, satanai ikuapu hanaya. Breathing in deeply and allowing all that is not you again to fall from your root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet, to the center of Mama Gaia. Surrendering in powerful presence as you allow yourself to be held by your own higher self. That all that is not you just falls away or dissolves peacefully and gracefully with the powerful frequency of compassion to all that is and all that has ever been. Beautiful. I absolutely want to thank you for joining me. I do encourage you to join into the 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self course. You can find that in the link tree in the description below. And truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with me, joining us on this journey, on this mission, the power of presence. Honoring all that is you. All that is written in the beauty of wisdom and grace. Ianakai, susuanai, iatanakai. And please, of course, like this video. Please tell your friends to encourage to connect with me through Instagram or YouTube. As I've mentioned before, my goal is to monetize this channel, which means I need to increase the watch hours. So tune into the Quantum Cash Flow playlist. There's a whole 21-day series. It's a 21-day free course to help you break down your money habits and money patterns, what you learn from childhood and primary caregivers. It is strong. It is strong. So that is a playlist that's there. You've got the new moon, the full moon transmissions. Yeah, please spend as much time as you can tuning into these videos. It's beneficial to you and your health and well-being, as well as helping to support me and this channel and getting these communications, these messages, these transmissions out to as many people as possible. So all of your support in that way is absolutely held in deep gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all of your support. And again, I do look forward to seeing you again soon. I did create a Google Calendar. You can find on the homepage at monadsociety.com. That's MONAD society.com. You can scroll down to the bottom of the homepage and you'll see a Google Calendar where I've listed all the times I'm going to be going live through the month of December, so you'll know where and how to find me. And with that, my loves, I absolutely adore you. Thank you for joining me. As we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here today is very much complete. All right, my loves. We'll chat with you again very soon.